This week in Jamaica Now, grief. A 4-year-old girl is shot dead and her father injured in a bloody end to a Trelawny domestic dispute.
When behavioral tendencies are identified, you guys need to seek help.
President Donald Trump impeached again. What now?
He is a clear and present danger to the nation.
U.S. now requiring negative COVID results for everyone traveling to America. Jamaica helping 5 private labs to meet the demand for testing. And there's now an alarm over an emerging black market for COVID testing in Jamaica. Abortion debate resurrected. What's different this time? Phoenix boss Craig Butler and son Kyle referred to mediation in assault case. And do you know this man? Police beg for help to find UWI robbery suspect. I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. A 34-year-old Trelawny chef is now in jail awaiting trial for the murder of a 4-year-old girl and the wounding of her father at their home in Freeman's Hall, Trelawny. Kevin Williams is also charged with burglary and illegal possession of a firearm. Little Chloe Brown and her father were at home on Monday night when Williams, armed with a firearm, reportedly gained entry to the house through the roof. A struggle ensued between him and Chloe's father. Williams is alleged to have fired several shots, hitting the father in one of his legs. Chloe, who was asleep on a bed, was shot in her abdomen. It was the culmination of an ugly domestic dispute.
When behavioral tendencies are identified, you guys need to seek help. I mean, don't wait until people say when the horse gone through the gate, but you need to see the necessary intervention. We are deeply saddened when anybody at all is murdered, especially children.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has said he was crushed by the murder of the little girl. The impeachment trial for U.S. President Donald Trump could begin on Inauguration Day, just as Democrat Joe Biden takes the oath of office. The timing depends heavily on when the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi decides to transmit the article of impeachment to the Senate. Democrats, hoping to avoid interrupting Biden's inauguration, have suggested holding back until the new president has a chance to get his administration going. It will be the first impeachment trial for a president no longer in office. Trump was impeached on Wednesday by the House over the deadly Capitol siege.
Are evacuating the other house. No! Flush them down!
And we know that the President of the United States incited this insurrection, this armed rebellion against our common country. He must go. He is a clear and present danger to the nation that we all love.
He is the only president in U.S. history to be twice impeached. The U.S. Capitol and other major cities are now under high security amid threats of more violence around the inauguration. Jamaica is to ramp up its COVID-19 testing capacity amid impending changes in the testing requirements by the United States. As of Tuesday, January 26, all travelers to the United States must provide a negative COVID test result to board the flight. The test can be either PCR or antigen. The Jamaican government this week provided more than 30,000 antigen kits to 5 private labs to help them meet the demands for travelers who now require negative results to go to some countries. The labs are Microlabs, Biomedical, MD Link, Technology Solutions Limited, and Baywest Wellness. Meanwhile, hundreds of Jamaicans are reportedly turning to unauthorized COVID-19 laboratories and makeshift facilities for antigen tests. Last week, the Ministry of Health and Wellness revealed a list of 8 laboratories approved to administer public antigen tests. But according to some private medical practitioners, that list may have come too late as the unapproved testing market is thriving locally. Checks by the Gleaner revealed that at least 5 of the labs named by the government will not offer antigen tests for another week, while 2 others said they did not offer any type of COVID-19 tests. This leaves the average Jamaican with little option to find out whether he or she has been infected with the dreaded coronavirus. Jamaicans have to pay up to $22,000 for a polymerase chain reaction or PCR test in private labs. However, the black market locations are providing antigen tests for around $10,000 Jamaican dollars. The chairman of Jamaica Cause wants Prime Minister Andrew Holness to publicly condemn renewed calls for the legalization of abortion. Last week, Junior Minister for Health and Wellness Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn asked for the matter to be put back on the parliamentary agenda. It followed a recent landmark ruling in Argentina to legalize abortions up to 14 weeks. But the Olympian has been rebuked by church officials and pro-life supporters. Jamaica Cause Chairman Bishop Alvin Bailey says the Prime Minister should rein in Cuthbert Flynn for her public support of abortion and also declare where he stands on the matter. The court case between Phoenix boss Craig Butler and his son Kyle has been referred for mediation. The father and son appeared in the court this week before Senior Parish Judge Cole Montague. The referral means that the dispute between both parties could be settled without relying on a legal judgment issued by a judge or jury. Kyle, represented by Tom Tavares Finson, has accused his father of assaulting him during a training session at the Mona High School on Monday, November 30, 2020. But Craig, represented by Christopher Townsend, has vehemently denied the claim and countered with a similar charge against his son days later. The father and son are to return to court on March 11. Do you know this man? The Halfway Tree police are trying to find him. They say he robbed a security guard at gunpoint at the University of the West Indies Mona campus on Tuesday. The man, whose picture detectives have obtained from security footage, allegedly pounced upon the security guard about 9 o'clock in the morning. The police say he then brandished a handgun and relieved her of her cell phone, a tablet, and several other items. Investigators are now appealing to anyone who may have information that can help them to call the Halfway Tree Police, Crime Stop at 311, or the Police 119 emergency number. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, turn on your notifications, and subscribe today. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, cramped living on Hanover Street in Kingston, how some families are coping.
We hear that this building is sold, but nobody came to us officially to say anything. Nobody has said anything to us all now as to try to relocate us. We have family here with children, right? We have elderly persons who can't work, right? We have sick people here. And it's not that we are not willing, because we are asking that since they put the houses here in the factory, why them never survey the lots, cut them up and sell it back to us. And we could go into us in church and pay our mortgage. Because we're willing to do that.
Chapaling because you get the rain. You can see it in here? Chapaling in the ceiling. Because the rain, the ceiling dead and the rain, the water just rush down. I forget sponge and suck up the water from out here. It is not better it was, but it's a shelter.
I live here 7 years going. I did live next on the lane there, but the girl did buy the place and give me notice, and I find myself here.
If asked to move, where would you go?
Sir, I don't know. I don't know.